Okay, so this is RTX Broadcast going in here. So what I've done is I've got RTX Broadcast set up on my system. I have an RTX 2080 Super. I'm using a Sony a6000 mirrorless well, not DSLR, but mirrorless camera. I'm coming straight through to a Game Capture HD 60S. So that's going into my PC via USB-C, and that's pulling in from the camera at 1920 by 1080p at 29 frames per second. At the moment, I've got the background removal feature on. So if I turn that off completely, you'll see, oh, and I'm taking the stream from RTX Voice. And I'm also plugging into RTX Broadcast. I'm feeding in my Rode NT USB microphone into the microphone section. The speakers section, I've just got standard speakers. I've turned off noise removal for them, but obviously you're not going to hear that. And again, for the camera, as I've just said, the Sony coming in. So I've got those things actually feeding in to OBS as well. So that's what I'm actually recording via here, is via OBS. So if I go ahead, I'm more interested in the background stuff than the microphone stuff, because I've been using RTX Voice for several months now, so I know that works really, really well. But I'm more interested in the background stuff because I do actually have an Elgato green screen. It's a pull-up green screen. It's very, very handy. Wasn't too expensive. I just pop it behind the chair. I just lift it up and I get an instant, really high quality green screen. However, there are a few little artifacts on this, as you can see by my head there, bouncing around. But honestly, that is more than sufficient for someone who doesn't have a green screen. That's really, really good. So if I go to, if I actually just turn it off entirely, you'll see my background here. It's got a slight little bit of blur to it. That's because of the camera itself. The focal length on the camera is producing a little bit of, just a nice gentle bit of blur. But if I pop this on and go to background blur, I can obviously increase it and get RTX Broadcast to increase that, or reduce it down as well for me. That's really, really nice. Background replacement. I've not actually selected an image here. Do I have any nice pictures? Let's have a look. Excuse me. Yeah, I put this nebula up. So let's see how that performs. So that performs pretty nice. You can see a bit of artifacting around my headphone there. That's doing quite a nice job. So yeah, all right. That's pretty goddamn good. I'm pretty impressed with that. If I've got this down really, really small, for example, and I put this down here, and then I throw in a background image. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So if I'm a streamer and I've got this background image here, for example, let me transform that to fit. I should be able to make that fit the screen. Yep, there we go. What I can do here is I can actually just go remove background entirely, and now I've got this background here. And as you can see, if I'm gaming or I'm explaining something to you and programming, for example, then it's actually not bad at all. That's pretty nice. I'm pretty impressed by that, actually, with just how good that is, especially without a green screen, and it's only going to get better too. That slight artifacting could potentially be a bit distracting depending on what you've got behind you. But other than that, I'm actually pretty impressed. Very good.